Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, let's read on Unsolved Murder of Saad al-Hilli and Chevaline murders. So this took place in the French Alps in 2012. There was this guy, Saad al-Hilli, was killed, and his family also was killed. Some random uh, person on a bike who was just crossing by, and the case remained unsolved. So let's dive deep. Let's have a look who was the target, what was the motives, and everything else to try to solve the case, or at least to understand what really happened there. And also let's try to catch the identity of the perpetrator. So what I see here is that the attack in Chevaline was not random, nor was it chaotic. Everything about it carries the imprint of someone who came prepared, someone who had been watching their target for a while. Um, the scene suggests a man who operated under pressure, burdened by a mission or circumstances he could no longer escape. The primary target was the family, not the cyclist. The killer focus was narrow and emotionally charged, as if the confrontation spiraled out of long-standing tension, or a fated collision that couldn't be avoided. The shooting method, controlled, structured, nearly ritualistic, hints at someone who believed they had no choice but to finish what had begun. Speaking about the motive was deeply personal, not hatred, not revenge, more like an emotional rupture tied to a woman, a family matter, or an unresolved connection that pushed the killer to walk away from his normal life. He acted under an intoxicating blend of emotions and obsession, yet also under the influence of someone or something that um, emboldened him to cross the line. He did know Saad indirectly, not face to face, but through someone else, a shared contact, a connection involving trust and betrayal. This link is quiet, hidden, and messy. The killer entered the family's orbit by accident at first, then became entangled in a situation he didn't fully understand, eventually convicting himself that eliminating them was necessary. Also, he didn't act alone in planning. Someone fed him information, motivation, or emotional fuel. But the actual shooting that he carried out himself, he was inexperienced in the sense of not being a professional assassin, but he was determined, um, improvisational, running on adrenaline and internal collapse. The moment he pulled the trigger, his entire life structure began to crumble. Speaking about his profile, his like identity base, a man in his late 20s to mid 30s at the time of the murder occurred, emotionally unstable, introverted, easily influenced by a woman or a maternal figure. He carried internal trauma, feelings of in a I don't know how to say feelings of inadequacy, inadequacy, like pressure, shame, and the killing was the catastrophic breaking point of these unresolved wounds. So this was not a case of mistaken identity. He knew exactly who he was targeting, even if his reasoning was warped and shaped by someone manipulating or misguiding him. He approached the family because he was uh, convinced that their removal solved a personal imbalance of crisis. Uh, Speaking about where is he now, he disappeared into a quiet life, hiding in a plain sight. He is no longer dangerous. He's older, detached, living with the weight of what he did. Physically, he's isolated. Uh, Rural or small town environments, financially modest, staying under the radar. Um, he believes the world has forgotten him, and the chance of catching him now is incredibly low. He has shut down emotionally and avoids anything that could reopen the chapter and the case itself. So, in essence, the Chevaline killings, it were the result of a fragile man uh, pushed past his breaking point by emotional manipulation and misguided loyalty. Not espionage, not like a spy instincts espionage, not mafia, not a professional hate, but a deeply personal collapse of a very unhappy inside person. That's pretty much it, what I can say about this case and this killer. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, hit likes, post notification bell. And see you guys very soon in the next investigation videos. Thank you and goodbye.